welcome back to another Film Geek Movie review. Today, Charming Amy and I were able to pick up some early passes to go see the movie Bullet Train, which is directed by David Leitch. I'm super excited to see this film. David Leitch is the director of films such as the first John Wick movie, Deadpool 2, Atomic Blonde, and I haven't seen it, but the Hobbs and Shaw movie, the one that's the spin-off of the Fast and Furious films, I haven't seen that one yet, but his other three movies I mentioned, I absolutely love those movies. I like his style, I like his take on the action genre, I like how he blends comedy and action seamlessly together. Okay, maybe not so much with Atomic Blonde, there's a little, but not so much. But you know what I mean. John Wick has a little humor in it, and of course Deadpool 2 is, an action comedy superhero. It's not a superhero movie, but you know what I mean. Anyways, Bullet Train. Bullet Train is the movie that we're checking out today. This film looks awesome. It's about 5 assassins who end up on a bullet train, and they all have the same mission, to pick up this briefcase or item. They don't say it. I think they say it's a briefcase in the trailer, but anyways, they're all there to get the same item. So let's just say wackiness ensues. Now, as I mentioned, the film is directed by David Leitch, and it's also starring Brad Pitt and Sandra Bullock. Brad Pitt plays one of the assassins, and he's kind of the main character. Looks like we're following the story through his eyes, and he seems to be kind of like an assassin who's not had the best run of luck lately. He has kind of a history of having really bad luck, and so this mission is his chance to prove to everybody that he's back in the game. So anyways, guys, I'm tired of sitting around here waiting to see this movie. I need to get out the door and check this out. So see you on the flip-flop. We are back. We're just getting back from seeing the movie Bullet Train, and let me tell you guys right out the gate, I really enjoyed this film. Some of the things I liked about the movie, right out the gate, the characters. The characters in this film are outstanding. They're all very well fleshed out, and you really start to feel for them. Of course, you want Brad Pitt to win. He's the main character. I guess you could say he's the hero. He's the nicest of the assassins. But then there's two other guys that you really start to like, and that is two characters by the name of Lemon and Tangerine. And let me tell you guys, they steal the show. Now, it's not that they are the best thing on the screen, they're just their dialogue. The two characters are just so good together, and their chemistry between the two actors is outstanding. So every time they're on screen, you're like, give me some more Lemon and Tangerine, let's go. But all of the characters in this film, honestly, even if you spend just a few minutes with each of them, really seems like a real flushed out, real type of person. Now, the story in this film, it's decent. It's got a little bit of convolution here and there. It gets a little convoluted in parts. It can be a little hard to follow sometimes, but it's not terrible. The movie has this underlying kind of idea that everything happens for a reason. Each decision, mistake, bad luck, whatever it is, leads to something else. That something else could be something good. It could be something bad. You just don't know. That's just how fate works. And I kind of liked that. And the movie does a good job of always piecing things together and letting you know what's going on to explain things. I mean, for Christ's sakes, a water bottle has a backstory in this film. The last thing I'm going to touch on is the action. The action in this movie is outstanding when it happens. I'll get to that in the negatives. The action is extremely stylized. It's a lot of fun. And one of the things that I thought was funny, on the way home, Charming Amy made the joke about this film. He was like, you know what? You know what I hate about fighting on a train? You're fighting on a train. And that's exactly what this film feels like. You're very, claustrophobic, but you're still having to do all these cool martial arts. So this isn't like one of those big opened up Jackie Chan type of movies. This is always, very close and confined, and it does really help the movie and gives it more of a bit of a more thrill to the action. Now, one last thing I did enjoy was the comedy. The jokes land. Even in the audience, a lot of times I heard a lot of people laughing when we saw this film. It wasn't necessarily packed, but it was a special showing on a Tuesday night. But the people that were in there really seemed to enjoy the film, and I heard a lot of laughing. So the jokes were good, they land, and that's about all I have to say about the good side. Now, the negative on this film. It's a little long. All right, this movie clocks in at just about 2 hours, maybe just a tad bit over 2 hours. And it really needs to be kind of trimmed down a little bit. This film would work better as just a straight up hour and a half, 90-minute, high-octane action film. Because unfortunately, there are moments in the film where things kind of slow down, and for one of these high-octane action films, you got to keep the thing going throughout the entire movie. You really can't slow down. You got to do your character development, you got to do your storyline, everything going. And unfortunately, this movie has some spots that you can kind of trim down a little bit. It really does need to be kind of taken back a little and make it a little bit more sleek, and I think this film would be absolutely perfect. All of that aside, guys, here's the time. What's the grade? Easy. I give this movie one solid B. Solid B. Like I said, it gets a little slow, and I got just a teensy bit bored, but not enough to ruin the film for me. This is still a solid flick to go check out in the theaters. Again, like I said, the action is great, the style of the film is a lot of fun, and it definitely deserves the big screen treatment. Okay, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's one more thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.